Invented by Anne Muller of Clio, Michigan in 1982, after her alarm clock didn't go off, creating a domino effect of bad luck events throughout the day of a Friday the 13th, National Blame Somebody Else Day was born. Since back then, the National Blame Somebody Else Day has been celebrated on the first Friday the 13th of the year. Right? The rest of the year, you're on your own, right? But it looks like somebody didn't quite get the memo when Rachel Reeves decided to blame just about everything and everybody for the economic catastrophe she finds herself today. She blamed Brexit, bringing it into the fray like the ghost of Christmas past, only it was the summer of 2016 when the decision was made. The Conservative Party, which might have held water if she didn't declare the £20 billion black hole the length and breadth of their failure, according to her.
Yeah.
Nigel Farage, well, you have to blame him for something, as he's never held a public office on a national level. I'm not sure she blamed us, so I'm not sure if you can blame him.
Well,
she blamed austerity,
yeah,
which is actually a consequence of bad housekeeping and not a reason for it. In fact, she blamed everywhere she looked except for the mirror. Remember, when you point a finger at somebody, there are another three pointing at you. She can't really blame Brexit because up until the last election, she was left with a black hole of 20 billion. Because she decided to keep on digging the black hole, it's now knocking on the door of 50 billion, with the hole being so deep she can't even see over the top of the sides anymore. She's so deep. So what does Reeves do? Well, she seemed to think that lying will do the trick, right? And put Britain back on the straight and narrow. So recently at the IMF meeting, she said the UK economy is in fine fettle, right? The same IMF she's going to need to approach with cap in hand for a loan as the books won't balance. So she's going to have to do that in the near future anyway.
Wow, yeah.
She can't even say she wasn't warned. She raised national insurance contributions for companies, and now unemployment is at its highest rate in years. She spent money that the government doesn't have in the way of wage increases for civil servants, doctors, even train drivers, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
So now inflation is highest in the G7. I mean, even I wonder about that. And I spend most of my time on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the basic laws of economics. If you have to invent money, inflation goes up.
Yeah.
Public spending is too high, but she would rather cut public services more and just leave the useless fat amongst the rank and file of the public servants. She won't fire anybody from the public servants.
No.
Does that even make sense? Well, so the IMF made the declaration that the UK had the lowest quality of life growth of the G7 in spite of what our Rachel from accounts says. And she holds the country to ransom with threats of taxing the rich, making them flee from British shores, even saying they will have to pay an exit tax as they leave and increase the size of their mansion tax if they try and duke it out and stay. Talk about being between a rock and a hard place if you're rich. And in November, the already once delayed budget will be announced just before Christmas festivities begin.
Yes.
So it looks like I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas will hit the #1 slot in the charts again, because it looks like, for this year anyway, the only thing the British people will be able to do is dream.
Oh, yes.
So there you are.
Uh,
Bit scathing, but there you are.
all
She
I want for
deserves it.
all I want for Christmas is a new administration. Um, yeah. I mean, as to Rachel Reeves looking in the mirror, I think less said about that, the better. Um, yeah.
I've seen her hairstyle. I don't think she has looked in the mirror for a long time.
Yeah, I know. I was being polite, sir. Yeah, um, I'm,
Go for the man. Don't go for the ball. Go for the man. Go for the man.
yeah, it's, yeah, it's a dreary, depressing thing. Yes, I mean, as to, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, this is this administration we're talking about. Yes, blame is spread out over a very, very wide, thin area, or very thinly over a very wide area. Um, oh yeah, I mean, good old Nige, he gets blamed for everything, doesn't he? I mean,
Yeah, of course.
he was being. I mean, he's quite right what he said yesterday about him in the House of Commons. He has so many insults that he can't fire back. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy is standing there hearing just about every insult, political insult imaginable, and he's not being called to. You know, I would have thought the Speaker should at least allow him to. Now, Mr. Farage, you've had all this.
Right,
Can you
right to
right to
reply.
reply? Yeah. I I don't think he can care. So he's got a thick skin enough. Yeah. Um, I think he quite enjoys it really because he needs people talking about him and it draws attention on him all the time. And that's what people don't realize. If you're blaming or putting attention onto, maybe you shouldn't be putting attention onto other people because you're giving them a platform. But you know what happens with this when any of this administration actually get a platform, they manage to blow that as well. Um, and look humiliate themselves. Um, yeah, I mean, the best thing that Rachel from accounts can naturally do to save the British or support the British economy is to probably do absolutely nothing, really, because anything she does is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, she's caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, putting excessive taxes on people isn't going to solve the problem. People don't have any more money left. Um, Heading into Christmas, yeah, um, people can't even afford the coal for the Christmas stocking now, let alone an orange.
Mm.
Um,
Not even a peanut.
Peanuts are expensive anyway. If you noticed that.
Well, not one.
Well, well, how many times do you go to a shop and just buy one or two peanuts? Mind you,
You
that's
don't.
probably the day yeah, it's coming.
You've never stood. You've never stood behind me when I go to the mess. You're here.
I remember the last time I was in the UK, I wanted to get a bag of nuts. I've got to be careful what I say. It's a bag of nuts. And I had a shock when I looked at the price. Just to say, I didn't get a bag of nuts. And that
No.
was going back a few years. Um,
Just a note to the viewer, by the way. If you see me sort of shaking around a little bit, no, I don't have Parkinson's, and no, I'm not doing anything underhand. It's because I'm on the third coffee, strong black coffee, and so I'm getting the jitters.
you can
But
afford to you can afford to drink 3 coffees in the morning. Now that
yeah,
is showing off. Yeah, you win the lottery. Yeah.
and it's
Um,
strong, and it's strong. How about
but,
that?
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I yeah, get back to seriousness. Well, I'll say get back to Rachel from accounts, whether or not I can say serious and Rachel, yeah,
No.
in the same sentence there. Um, you, yeah, wherever she seems to do, she can't get it understanding. You can't always blame a minister directly. They have their advisors around them, and they then have to make the decisions based on what's around them. Um, Very few. I mean, this at least in, as I always argue, at least in the US and in Brazil, the people that actually get ministerial jobs are normally at least qualified
In
to,
that
in,
department,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
department. Yeah. Um, in in the
In the
UK.
UK, you just have to be somebody's friend.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah. Yeah. Are we quite? Yeah. Oh, he qualified as a sports teacher. That will put me in charge of accounts then. No problem. Yeah. Not even sort of in charge of leisure or something. Yeah, where they might have half a clue. Yeah, it is all the time they are they're pushing she's pushing the can down she's kicking the can down the road all the time. She's probably avoiding trying to make the decision. Uh, we all know I keep saying there's probably going to be a March election next year. Uh, I don't
But
know.
we have to wait and see what this budget's going to do.
I was going to say I think this could be the final nail in the coffin
Yeah.
if Starmer is still about by at that point, and let's all blame Starmer as well.
Well, he's at the top. He's the
Yeah,
guy who's supposed to be controlling everything. I find it funny that a lot of economists are saying that Rachel Reeves doesn't even understand what they classify as sixth form economics. You know, it's what you'd learn at school,
hmm. Well,
and
I did.
that's
Yeah,
even that flew over her head. That you can't spend money that you don't have, and you can't expect other people to pay for it.
yeah.
And that's exactly what she's done.
Well, I'm going to be quite honest. It is a cycle that does appear to be happening in a lot of governments at the moment. Borrow, borrow, borrow. We'll worry about it later. We'll get the money back somehow. Yeah, it's like you're spending on your credit card, hoping you get a
Yeah.
big payday from somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, when she took over,
Mm.
she did complain about the last lot leaving a 20 billion pound black hole. So one would have thought that she would have taken some sort of measures to reduce that black hole, and she took the measures and increased it.
Well, let's put it this way: this government, this administration, maybe the last one did as well. They know the problem's there, and they've got a little trail trying to fill the black hole, and then somebody's
Uh,
taking the money from behind them and putting it elsewhere. Uh,
I'm not defending the last lot either.
no,
I'm not, you know, you
um,
can't,
I
you
mean,
can't.
admittedly, now even the prospective next administration have now dropped, have now said they're not going to, they've now scrapped the idea of the taxes that they're going to say tax cuts because they know that they're living in fantasy world if they say it because of that they can see what they're getting into. I mean, he was still. I mean, if I was looking at that, I was thinking, I don't really want this job. This is a mess already. Somebody's got to come in and save the UK. Now, I don't know who's got the, was it the silver bullet that's going to actually manage to do that. I'll be quite honest. And like I said, I'm just using my sixth form economics to figure this one out. And
And
I did it.
just to put the icing on the cake
Yeah,
of the current lot.
yeah,
It's a bit off topic. I mean, we could have saved this one for another podcast, but
go for it.
uh, the Crayon,
Mm,
her idea of having one and a half million houses by the end of the term has gone up in smoke because the National Housing
yeah,
Federation have said that they can't
yeah,
build that many affordable houses.
mm,
It's not worth the while. They said that with all the taxes that have
mm,
been imposed on them
mm,
by uh, Reeves,
yeah,
you know, it's just not viable to put that many. I think they were wanting something like 16%,
yeah,
15% of houses being built
mm,
to be affordable housing,
yeah,
and the the, the organisation is saying they can only do about five
mm,
for it to be viable as a project.
yeah.
So even if they built all the houses they wanted to,
Mm.
which they won't, uh, there's going to be nowhere near what they need for small families, lower
Hello,
class families.
hello, left hand. Hello, right hand. Do you know each other? Yeah. I mean, there is a lack of understanding they Labour made a lot of promises. I mean, let's be honest, nobody really voted for them. Of 60%, only 30% voted for them, which is the sum total of almost SFA.
Mm,
Um, I, I mean, we all listened to it. We all knew this was coming.
mm,
I mean, I'll still vote in the UK. Needless to say, I will. I won't say whom I voted for, but it certainly wasn't Labour. I'll agree with that, any way, shape, or form. A I mean, I'm not against anyone that did. I mean, okay, everyone's got their reason to vote for whomever they wish, and that's democracy. But you could see this coming, and nobody could vote with a true conscience for, like you said, the previous administration again, because get more of the same. It was probably marginally better than what we've got now, but marginally. It's a mess. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember any time, certainly in my lifetime, if any history, where it's been as bad as it is now.